Hello friends, in this video I made use of Google's Gemini for creating an AI smart book recommender. This is a Django application and right now I'm in the third tab. In my previous videos I've shown you how we can upload PDF, how to upload images, and now I'm using Google Gemini to give me a recommendation about few number of books on different technology. Since I work on programming, so I'm giving emphasis on programs, but it can be a generalized one as well. Let me show you what this program is all about. Give me a list of how many? Okay, let's go with 2 books on C language, C programming. Fine. I click on the search button. As I do that, the search engine is searching, and with the help of Google Gemini we have got 3 popular books of Indian authors, as well as I love this book of Dennis Ritchie, and the year of publication and the price that has been shown in Indian currency. Can you believe this whole thing has been done with the help of Google Gemini? So I have mentioned over here total number of books to be 2. So my prompt is taking the number of books and the language. Okay, how about let's go for 5 books based on suppose Java. How about that? Let's click on search, and as I do that it's searching, and once it does it has already produced the following output. So total number of search is 5. So that means I am mentioning how many number of books you have to search, and on basis of that it is searching, and the category or the discipline in which you have to search, that also I am mentioning. And now you can see 5 top rated books. Herbert Schild, this is an awesome book. One must read this book who wants to get a complete idea about Java. At the same time, Head First Search is a very user-friendly, beginner-friendly book with a lot of illustration, and this is one of the best book. These 2 books I have got at my home also. One of the best book I have got. Okay, so is that going to search only book of a particular language? Can we go for a combination? How about that? Well, even you can try out that. So give me a list of like 2 books or 3 books on Python, and suppose 4 books on which language you want. Well, how about iOS, one of the language which I prefer a lot, iOS. Okay, let's go for Android. That would be a good one. Let's see what happens with skins. Okay, 3 books from Python. Well, I wrote Android, iOS. Let me write even that also. I don't know, like 3 books on Python, 2 books on iOS, and 4 books on Android. So 3, 2, 4. Oh my God! Let's go and search now to see what it does. It's searching, and great. So I said 3 books on Python. Yes, 3 books of Python is there. Great. Then I said 2 book of iOS. Exactly 2 book of iOS programming as well as Swift. And I said 4 books of Android. Well, 4 books it could not produce. It has produced 8 books. 3 books of Android. Well, that's also not bad even, right? It could not make out the 4, but it went with 3. That's not bad even, right? What do you think? Well, let's give a try one more time. What happens with the same prompt I'm passing, and let's see what it does this time. Is it going to settle with 8, or shall be there? Yeah, this time it has gone correctly. Okay, so I said 3 books of Python, 1, 2 and 3. Wonderful. And then I said 2 book of iOS. Great. And iOS as well. And then I said 4 books on Android. head first Android programming, Android cookbook, learn Android Studio 3 with Kotlin. Awesome, great. So it has successfully able to provide a combination of books with the author and with the year along with the price, and even if it's a e-book, that also has been taken care of, that this is an e-book. What more really do you look forward? Isn't it really a smart way of recommending the books that you would love to? And a freak like me, I do have a habit of learning, going through a lot of books, so this is really a wonderful app for that, isn't it? So what actually is happening behind the scene? Well, I can give you a brief of that, and let me take you to the code part now. Well, I will not be able to open you the view.py because the credentials of mine is over here, but the way it works is this is the URL, ask underscore question underscore book, and once you do that, it takes you right to this particular function. It's a function based view, and over here is my template. So what the template has got a form, is taking input from the user, and then it has a button, and once I click that, this time what I've done in this particular program is that I'm not using Ajax, rather I have given an attempt to work with the fetch, which is basically a promise. Yeah, it's also an asynchronous, which is also asynchronous just like Ajax, and it makes sure it also does not go from, like, it does not reload the whole page. So this is an attempt I have gone for, that what if I work on fetch instead of working on Ajax. Well, Ajax is also a good choice, you can try out that one. So over here I have the URL as you just now saw. So this is the URL that I'm targeting, and that URL I've mentioned over here, and the information is of type post, and the whole thing I'm passing in the form of JSON along with a CSRF token. And this is the header part, and the body I have converted that into a string, into JSON stringify, so it will be converted into a string format, JSON string, and after the execution of this, the entire control will go back to my function based view, and over here the Google Gemini is really working, and whatever data it has collected based on the prompt which I have said. And the most interesting thing is that it has to able to figure out this particular prompt, and according to that it has to retrieve the data, right? So when I'm saying that, okay, let's try out one more prompt. Suppose I'm saying, give me 3 books on networking. Okay, it's just networking, 3 books on networking. So let's see now what it does. Is that it's going to collect 3 books, I believe. Yes, so there are 3 top books, and Tannenbaum, Faruzen, both are wonderful books. These 2 books I have got at my home. These are really wonderful books, and the third book is also TCP/IP illustrated. Okay, so 3 books. So I wanted to tell you that you can go for any form of subject. It doesn't mean that it has to be confined within the computer. Well, how about like 3 books on like Charles Dickens? How about that? Charles Dickens. How about this time? So give me a list of top 3 books of Charles Dickens, not on, of Charles Dickens. So let me search, like, now let's see. Yes, Great Expectations and A Tale of Two Cities. This is a wonderful book. Oliver Twist is also really a very good book of Charles Dickens. So you can see over here you can find out books from different domain as such, and there is no problem with that, right? So all this is happening with the help of Google Gemini. So the response that has been generated based on the prompt is again forwarded back to the fetch, and what you receive, you first convert that into a JSON format, because initially it will be in the form of a Python object. So it's you're converting the response which you have shown over here. We are using the arrow operator. So with the help of arrow operator, we are converting in a JSON format, and this is now forwarded to the next dot then. So as you can see over here, we have got multiple dot then. Yes, and this is one way of handling promise. With the other format would have been async await. Okay, that also we could have done. Well, in fact I will be doing that also in one of my video, but like you are creating a pipelining. So this response has now been passed on to data, and again this is a parameter which has got an arrow function, and it is just checking if the data has got the answer, and then it will just extract that and it will provide that. So over here I have got an acknowledgement as well. I'm passing the message also, and if there was some issue, then this line would have been executed, and dot then would follow by a dot catch if there is any network kind of issue. If there is a failure in the Gemini API processing, then this portion will work, and this whole thing is now going to be rendered in the within the in the acknowledgement. So as you can see over here, I have the div tag right over here. I've identified the DOM element, that is the acknowledgement, that is DOM, and there where the whole thing is rendered. Now you might be wondering that how did I manage to create the tabular structure? Well, that tabular structure is created right at the Python Django view itself, and there where I have generated the entire thing, and the HTML tag is right over there. We know that we can add the HTML tag inside Django as well, so we did that, and that what been respond back over here, and that was simply getting render, nothing else. Apart from that, nothing else. Okay, so that's how this particular program is working, and I believe you got an idea that how exactly you can use some AI tool to generate a really good smart stuff, and that this is what I have done using the Google Gemini. Okay, so that's all from this video presentation. See you soon. Bye bye.